Project risk management consists of plan risk management, identify risks, perform qualitative risk analysis, perform quantitative risk analysis, plan risk response, implement risk response, and monitor risk. The inputs of plan risk management are project charter, both project documents and project management plan, which are shared with all processes, enterprise environmental factors, which is shared with all processes except implement risk response and monitor risk, and organizational process assets, which is shared with all processes except monitor risk. The inputs of identify risk are agreements and procurement documentation. The inputs of monitor risk are work performance data and work performance reports. We mentioned in the last slide that project documents are inputs to all processes. Let us discuss them one by one. The input of plan risk management is stakeholder register, which is shared with identify risks, perform qualitative risk analysis, and plan risk response. The inputs of identify risk are requirements documentation, all cost estimates, duration estimates, and resource requirements, which are shared with perform quantitative risk analysis, issue log, which is shared with monitor risk, lessons learned register, which is shared with plan risk response, implement risk response, and monitor risk, and assumption log, which is shared with perform qualitative risk analysis and perform quantitative risk analysis. The input of perform qualitative risk analysis is risk register, which is shared with all processes except plan risk management and identify risk. The inputs of perform qualitative risk analysis are milestone list, schedule forecasts, basis of estimates, cost forecasts, and risk report, which is shared with implement risk response and monitor risk. Finally, the inputs of plan risk response are project schedule, project team assignments, and resource calendars. We mentioned in the last slide that project management is input to all processes. Let us discuss them one by one. Both plan risk management and identify risks share requirements management plan, schedule management plan, cost management plan, quality management plan, scope baseline, schedule baseline, and cost baseline. They also share scope baseline and schedule baseline with perform quantitative risk analysis, and they share cost baseline with both perform quantitative risk analysis and plan risk response. They share resource management plan with all processes except implement risk response and monitor risk. Identify risks shares risk management plan with all processes except plan risk management.